All right, hello everyone. Let us learn today the HafTorah from this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Kitavo, talking about mainly the covenant that God makes, another agreement that God makes with the Jews, and 98 curses that await the Jews if they don't do it. And also 98 blessings, because all the curses will be transformed to blessings. Like we said last week, God transforms curses to blessings. God likes to do that, sort of God's hobby, Take the Jews out of Egypt and help them transform curses to blessings. And so here we go. Isaiah, chapter 60, right near the end of Isaiah. And this is one of the HafTorahs, one of the messages of comfort that God is comforting the Jews. And the Jews really need it because God expects a tremendous amount from the Jews. Tremendous amount. The Jews are God's representatives in the world. So not only are the Jews supposed to thank God for being created like everybody else, but also the Jews have to change the creation. They are here to be examples, to change the creation, and to make the world a good place. And usually, this is not such an easy job. That's like taking one person with a knife and standing them against an army of like 1,000 Nazis and saying, okay, I want you to transform all of them to be nice, good, productive, positive, life-loving citizens. Maybe if the job was to kill them all, that would be hard enough. But here our job is not to destroy the world, but to transform the world, to make the world into a good, positive, unique, happy, diverse place. Is it going to happen? Doesn't look like it. The Jews did a lot of sins. The temples got destroyed. Comes along Isaiah, Isiah the prophet. This is before the first temple is destroyed. Isaiah prophesied. He ended his prophecy something about 100 years before the first temple was destroyed. Something like that. And the Jews were into doing big time sins. Like we talked about this before, Isaiah was killed by his own grandson, Manasseh. And Manasseh inspired the Jewish people to do all the sins that Isaiah is complaining about over here. And because of that, God destroyed the first temple. But interestingly enough, like we talked about it in the morning class, God actually forgave Manasseh. He actually forgave him of all of his sins. He made him to a king for a long time, Manasseh. So there's chance for forgiveness, no doubt about it. And here Isaiah is saying it's not just a chance, it's a certainty. So Isaiah is prophesying here for us right now. He talks about earlier, he talks about how God is angry at you and you're a terrible people and you're a bunch of ingrates and this, and God's going to scatter you all over the world. It says it in not this week's portion, next week's Torah portion. God will scatter you around the world. That's only after the second destruction. The first temple they won't destroy. Okay, Kumi Uri, wake up and shine. Kibon Orech, because your light is coming, Jewish people. The Kavod Hashem and the glory of God, Alayach Zorach, will shine to you. Because behold, darkness will cover the earth. And like a big fog, a deep, dense fog for all the nations. And on you, Yisrach Hashem, God will shine. And his glory will shine to you. And all the non-Jews will go to your light. And even kings, lenoga zarchech, to the shine of your brightness, eminence, whatever it is. Se'i saviv einayich, look, raise up around your eyes. Raise your eyes up. Ura'i and see kulam. All of them. Look and see all the non-Jews. And see all the Jews scattered all over the world. Nichbatzu ba'ulach. They will be gathered and they will come to you. Banayach mirachok, your sons from far away will come. Ubenotayach, and your daughters, al tzad te'amana, right next to the kings or whatever that are coming, they will come. As then, tiri, you will see, v'nahart, and you will shine, upachad v'rachav levav, and your heart will be afraid and wide. What does it mean? One of the explanations, you have to read the commentaries on this because it can't be taken really so much at face value. But it says that there's will be so much good that you'll be afraid. You'll be afraid from the. You won't understand what did you do to deserve this? Because even the seas will transform to you. Even all of the power and the riches of the nations will come to you. Shifas g'malin techasech, like a flow of camels, in other words, beasts of burden, and will cover you. Bichri midyan ve'efo, like the choice, whatever it is, animals of Midian. Ve'efo kulam, they will fly all of them. I have to look and see what this means. My books are in another place. I looked this all up, but Mishva from Shva. I guess Shva is like Ethiopia or someone. The queen of Shiva. Yavo, they will come. Zav, Velavanan, Velavona Yiso. Gold and incense they will bear. Fetihilo Tashem Yavaseru, and the praises of God they will. The nations of the world they will utter. Called son Kedar, all of the sheeps of this place called Kedar, wherever that is, some place that's rich in sheep. Yikabtsu lach will be given to you. Eli neviot yishartucha, the powerful ones or the rams of this place called neviot, they will serve you. Ya'alu al ratzon mizbechi, they will go up to please me on my altar. Ubei tifarti efaer, and the house of my glory I will make splendid. In other words, all the non-Jews will come and give all these gifts to the Holy Temple, but Beit Tifarti, in the end, I will be the one that makes it splendid. So here's also the third temple. It's talking about the third temple. Mi ele ka'av tu'ufena. Who are these? Like a cloud will fly, kayonim, like doves. El arubotehem. Like doves are flying to their cots, the places where they live. Kili iyim. Now everyone's going to be rushing to me. Like they're rushing home. Why to Jerusalem? What's Jerusalem got to do with it? What are the people in Scotland or who knows where in New Zealand, what do they got to do with Israel? It says, because Kili iyim yikavu, because to me, all of the islands will be gathered. Va'aniyos Tarshish, and the ships of this place called Tarshish, the Rishon will be first. Tarshish is probably some sort of a gematria or something. In the commentaries I read, it didn't say. Lahavi banayach merachok. I guess these will be airplanes or whatever it'll be. Anyways, it'll bring all the Jews from far away. All the Jews. Kaspan v'zahava mitam. Their silver and their gold with them. The Lubavitcher Rebbe said a lot of people are afraid and they're very apprehensive about Moshiach coming because they managed to succeed in wherever they are. They're in England, they're in Russia, all these Jews. that have succeeded. There's a lot of Jews that did not succeed, but there's a lot of Jews that did succeed. And they have money and they have good positions, and they don't want to lose all this. It says, don't worry. It says, Kasvam v'zavam, you'll bring your money and your gold with you. If that's what interests you, that's what you're. L'shem Hashem Elokecha, for the name of God, your God. V'likadosh Yisrael, and to the glory, to the holiness of Israel, ki pe'erach, that will be your praise, your glory. Ubanu b'nei Nechor, and now remember, this is a prophecy of Isaiah. This is not wishful thinking. This is actually going to happen. Or prayers, may it only be. He's promising that this is the way it's going to be. Well, but listen, just the fact that the Jews have held out up to now is not understandable. If you think about it for a second, it's simply not understandable at all. And especially when there's so many Jews themselves that, oppose Judaism. So much trouble that there's been, and the Jews have been evicted from their land, and now they got the land back, and they're trying to copy the non-Jews. And there's still Jews that say, no, we're Jews, you can do it. And when it comes down to it, even the non-religious Jews, in many cases, even the anti-religious Jews, when you really press them in the corner, they'll say they're Jewish. They'll say that they're Jewish. They're proud to be Jewish. I just saw, and Israel is one of the most anti-Semitic countries in the world, without any doubt. Here in the Knesset, in the Senate, they speak openly against the religious Jews, against the Jewish religion, against keeping Shabbat, against this. It used to be a lot worse than it is now. But so I just saw one of he declares in the beginning of his speech, one of these television, they put it up on YouTube, one of these Israeli television guys, and he said, I'm not a religious Jew. I don't even keep Shabbos. I don't even keep kosher. I don't know this. And he said, but I don't understand. What is this thing against the religious Jews? What have you got against them? He said, yesterday I was looking through an album of my great-grandfathers. They're all religious people. They're all like these religious guys with the long coats and the earlocks. I mean, this whole idea that there were non-religious Jews, that only started, like maybe 200 years ago, something like that. Before that, there was no such thing. It started basically in Germany and then it spread around. But before that, we're talking about 3,100 years straight without any stopping. All the Jews kept all the Torah. Once in a while, there were, in the time of the Greeks and the thing. So he says everybody's just going to come back to their senses, because that's the glory. Ubanu b'nei Nechor, and the non-Jews will come and they will build your walls. Umalcheim, and their angels, Yishartucha, will be their angels. Their kings. Sorry, if it was angels, it would have an aleph over Malachim. Malchim, and their kings will be your servants. Ki b'kitzpi, in my time, according to my time, says God, hikitich, I have smitten you. Ubritzoni, but when I want to, lichamtich. The reason that happened, these terrible things to the Jews, is because I wanted it to happen, said God. I have my own ideas, but don't worry about it. When it comes to my time, I'm also going to have mercy on you, and I'll gather you together. That's what I'm talking about. Upitchu sharayach tamid, your gates will be open constantly, yom v'layla, day and night. Lo yisagiru, they'll never be closed. Lahavi alayach chel goyim, that will come to you all the riches of the non-Jews, or all the powers of the non-Jews. Malcheim nehugim, and their kings will conduct them all. Because any nation or kingship that will not serve you, Jews, yovedu, will be destroyed. And the non-Jews, charov yecharevu, and the non-Jews that don't do what you say, namely to serve God, they'll all be destroyed. Kavod alavonon alayach yavo, the glory of Lebanon will come. Lebanon has these trees that are called brush, tidhar, v'tashrus, yachtav. All these good types of wood will come together. Why? L'fa'er makom mikdashi, to give glory to the place of my holy temple. But makom ragli, but the place of my feet, says God, namely the Holy of Holies, akabed. I'll take care of that myself, says God. I will honor that myself. And they will come to you bent over, not like in submission. B'nei ma'anayach, those people who made you suffer. V'ishtachavu al kapos raglayach, and they will bow down to your feet. Kol menatzayach, all those people who did evil to you. Interesting that the word for Nazi is natzayach. All those people are the Jew haters. So either they'll come down and start bowing down to the Jews, or they'll say, listen, I don't want any part of this goody stuff, all this love and life and happiness and joy. What are they talking about? Come on. I want to kill people and get killed. I like blood and screams. Why? I love the screams, people suffering. That's what I want. Mashiach's going to come and everybody's going to be happy. What type of a world is going to be that? So all those people that don't want everything to do with the Jews, then they will all be destroyed. And those people who realize their mistakes, is they will come and they will subject themselves to the Jewish people. It will be called the city of God. Sion Kadosh Israel, Zion, the Holy One of Israel. That seems to be the sum total of the punishment that they're going to get. That they're going to have to humble themselves. That's it. It doesn't say that now we're going to make you all slaves, you're going to have to shine my shoes, you're going to have to brush my teeth or something. It doesn't say that. Then they'll be able to be who they are. The point of the thing is to recognize the creator of the universe, to recognize there's a creator that's creating all of these non-Jews. Every non-Jew can say, hey, I'm being created by the God of Israel. I'm being created by the creator of the universe. Right? He's creating all these angels and he's creating me. And God can create infinite numbers of people. The more people, the better. God loves diversity. Tachat hayato, instead of you Jewish people will being azuvah, abandoned, besnu, and hated, the ain over, and no one even comes to see who you are. V'samticha legaon olam, you will be like the splendor of the world. Yeah, okay. Splendor of the world, mesos dor v'dor, the joy of all the generations. V'yanakt chalev goyim, you will nurture from the milk, the best. Chalev also means the good. The best things of the non-Jews. V'shod malachim tinoki, and the breasts of the kings will nurse you. V'yadata, you will know that I am God, Moshiach, I have saved you. V'goalech, and I am your redeemer. Abir Yaakov, the power one of Jacob. And by the way, Rav Yaakov Abu Chatzera, Baba Sali, he was called Abir Yaakov, his book. Not his father, actually. Tachat nechoshet, instead of, remember that the non-Jews have taken your spoils, they've took all your gold and your silver from the holy temple and this. And also you see in Germany, they stole all the Jews' money. Interesting, the Germans had a big thing, the Jews are a bunch of thieves, all the Jews are thieves. And then they ended up being the biggest thieves of all. They stole all this, all these precious pictures, and they stole everything they could steal, they stole. They stole everything blind. But tachat nechoshet, instead of the copper that we stole from you, avi zahav, I'll put gold. They'll return gold. Instead of metal, I will bring silver. Instead of wood, I will bring copper. Instead of stones, there will be iron. Pesamti pekudatayich shalom, I will put all of your, everything, the order of your country will be peace. Pekudatayich v'noksayich, I'm sorry. And I will make those people who used to collect from you, they will shalom, they will make peace with you. V'noksayich, and those people who used to rob you, tzedakah, they'll come and give you charity. There will not be any more destruction. Hamas is also this organization from the era, this whatever is Arab organization. Hamas, there won't be any more Hamas. Hamas means destruction in your land. Shod v'shever, there won't be any more, wrecking and destroying in all of your boundaries. But karat Yeshua chamoteach, and your walls will be walls of salvation. The sha'arayach tehila, and your gates will be gates of praise. Everyone will praise the Jewish people. Lo yelacha od or Hashem, od Hashemesh, the sun will not be light in the daytime. and for shining, and the moon will not shine for you in the nighttime. And God, he will be an eternal light, your God for praise. What does this mean? I was thinking about this. What do you mean? What do you mean? You won't need the sun anymore? You won't need the moon anymore for light and darkness? What does that mean? So you'll have electric lights, big deal. That's what we're waiting for, It seems to me the meaning is different. Let's say a person is in the dark, right? He's in a dark room and he's totally blind. The person's blind, and all of a sudden they do an operation or they turn on the lights and suddenly he can see. Oh, this is wonderful. See, it's a big miracle. He can see, right? So that's a big thing a person sees. So now you think you've got eyes and you can see, right? But what if a person doesn't have any meaning in life? He doesn't know what to do, where to go. He doesn't know who he is. Basically, that person, he can have as much light as he wants to, but he's walking around in darkness. He uses the light to go to the wrong places, right? He uses the electricity to who knows, to do things that are destructive to himself. And his life is just empty. There's no, what he does from the morning to evening, he's wondering why he's here, and there doesn't seem to be any answer. The Jewish people will come and they'll make light in the world. It'll be like a blind person turning on the light. Oh, all of a sudden he knows where to go. It'll be the same way, but even more. Because the thing that will really illuminate your life will not just be physical light. It'll be physical light. It will be spiritual light. You'll see the whole purpose of the world, let's say even more godly light. You'll see the purpose why you're here, why you're waking up in the morning, how important it is to say one good word, to do one good deed, to say one good thought. Then God will be the Or Olam for light forever. He will be your God. He will be your splendor. He'll be your glory. Instead of using light that you know how to drive to work and you can put money down on the right number or the right stock or whatever it is that, and you'll need that light because if you don't have it, you can't. Your eyes can't see. How the dice come out. Did you win? Is it 7? Is it 11? What is it? It says those things won't be important to you anymore. They won't be important. Your eyes will be spiritual. You'll use your soul, the meaning that you found in life. That'll be your light. That'll be your light. Lo yava'od shimshech v'yirechech lo yasef. The sun will not set, and the moon also won't set. Ki Hashem will be for you a light forever. V'shalmu yamei avlech, and there won't be any more mourning, no more suffering. V'amech kulam tzadikim, the Jewish people are all tzadikim, totally righteous. La'olam yushu oretz, and they will inherit the land. This means the physical land and also the spiritual land. Spiritual. Netzer mata'ai, the Jewish people are the sprout of my planting. Like a farmer plants land, he plants a tree, he's very interested in seeing how it grows. My siyadai, the Jewish people are my handiwork. I'm praised by them. Hakatan l'yul, even the simplest, smallest person will be like a general, will be like a prince. Vatsair l'goyatzum, and every young person will be like a whole nation. I am God. Ve'ita, in its time, achishana, when the time comes for Mashiach to come, then achishana, I will do it quickly. And of course, the Midrash says that I will either bring Mashiach in his proper time, or I will bring him quickly. Well, quickly is not going to come. And if the Mashiach comes right now, it's 2,000 years late. So there's always been all sorts of fakers and all sorts of troublemakers. But nevertheless, God says, when the time comes, Jewish people, I am going to bring the whole redemption, the whole Mashiach, and all these things that I just told you about, all the non-Jews, how happy they're going to be, how amazed they're going to be, and joyous just to help the Jewish people. Have a good day with Mashiach. Now, tomorrow, God willing, we are going to meet at 8:15 in the morning. We're going to finish the Sikha, the Rebbe, the Dabar Malchut, and if we have any time, which we should, then we can do another short Sikha or a letter of the Rebbe. Hope to see you tomorrow, 8:15. Meanwhile, God bless you all, and have a good day with Mashiach. Where is it? Oh, now.